last couple of days of preparation and about the challenges of going to Michigan State?
Well, we've had really good preparation. The past 2 days, learned a lot from our previous 2 games. And we're looking forward to going into a very tough environment. And we know we have to play together as a team, and we've got to continue to grow and develop.
With Michigan State, obviously you played them once. What needs to happen this time that obviously didn't happen the last time?
Well, I think we've got to do a better job of decision-making and taking care of the ball. They did a good job of shooting the gap at times and coming up with steals and scored points in situations where we weren't able to get our defense set to try to stop it. So we've got to do a better job with that, which we have been, and it's been a great emphasis for us, and we keep improving in that area. So that's a big focus with us every game offensively, but that was one of the things in particular that hurt us the first time that we played.
What's different about them when maybe you don't have to account for Payne, and it sounds like he's doubtful for tomorrow night? I mean, I know they've got Costello and he's coming and giving him good minutes, but what's different about them and their lineup and just dealing with kind of their perimeter threats when they don't have just that kind of all-American post player?
Well, they don't necessarily set anybody up on the block now to play through like they did Payne. But Brandon Dawson's obviously very capable of posting up, and there are situations where they do post him. Probably their post guys that are in there now, like Costello and Ghana and Schilling, they get more things in their pick and roll when they roll out of the action, or they get drop-offs, or they get putbacks, or they're facilitators if they throw it into them. And sometimes they'll look for cutters or they'll look for the open shooter. But then they can also score. All of them probably have up to 15-foot range, and Ghana may be the best one in that regard on their team as far as spotting up or popping out and shooting it.
You guys have obviously followed Gary Harris for a long time. How's he developing when you watch him on tape? What can he do now that's kind of progressed from what you've seen him going back to high school?
He's gotten bigger and stronger, which he was already pretty much that, as a wide receiver. He plays very fluid, very efficiently, and I would say he always had really good anticipation skills, but he's even taken that to another level in regard to stealing the ball, deflecting the ball, taking the ball from people when they have it. So you've got to be really sure with the ball, not only when he's guarding you, but also when he's in the area, because he will leave his man and go away and try to take the ball.
After getting a chance to go over tape with Northwestern, what did you learn about your team, or what did you see from the tape that maybe you didn't see live?
Probably doing the things that you need to do fundamentally offensively, whether it's inside, taking one more dribble, taking up strong and finishing, maybe being more shot ready on the perimeter so you're ready to catch and shoot, making good decisions, trying to open up the lane a little bit more with ball reversals. But obviously a lot of things that we could point to, and a lot of areas that we've worked on over the past couple of days, and some of it's just getting in the gym and getting ready to shoot the ball and getting good repetitions in that regard.
Have you got the impression the last couple of days that Saturday's loss kind of got through to them, I guess? I mean, Coach Green said that he felt like maybe their heads got a little bit too big after Wisconsin on Tuesday. Did you see, I guess, the sort of opposite effect after the Northwestern game? Were guys more grounded, I guess, when they came back from that one?
I would say they've become more perceptive as to what we need to do as a team, and they've been more vocal about it. And I think when we're player-driven, we're always at our best. And I think they, at least in my opinion, in watching us over the past couple days, we've taken greater ownership, which I think is something you always need to build on.
Anything else for Coach Buck?
Yeah, you guys have obviously dealt with Keith Appling for a while. It seems like he's having his best season as a college player. What's different? I don't want to say what's different about him necessarily, but what's better about him this year maybe than you've seen in the past?
I would say he's been much more efficient. I think he's made better choices as far as when to kick, when to shoot. He's done a terrific job of getting in the lane and almost where he'll cross you over and get to the other side of the basket so that he tries to get you opened up. And then he gets that angle where he can score. And the other thing he's obviously doing is he's making shots at a very high level from the three-point line. Some of it's probably his work in the summer with the repetition, and some of it's probably just his shot selection has been very good overall.
Tim, you mentioned about player-driven teams. Where is this team in terms of being player-driven? How far along are they? How much further do they have to go? So it's a true player-driven team.
I think we've made strides and we're taking steps, and we have to be consistent with it more so than anything else. When we've been at our best, that's when we've been player-driven. And what I mean by that is they take the things that coach teaches and coach emphasizes, and then they bring it to each other. And they keep giving each other the reminders, and they talk to each other out on the floor, and they stay connected as a group. And when they come to the huddles, they are as interactive in the huddles as coach is, and they're giving suggestions, and he's taking ideas, and it's just well-rounded in that regard. And some days have been better than other days, and some games have been better than other games, but that's an area that we have to continue to improve on. And I think even when you have a team that's great at it, they always strive to get better and better at it.
Are there some of the young guys that maybe you've seen a little bit ahead of the curve in terms of being able to get into a huddle, speak authoritatively, make, offer some of those adjustments, and maybe just confidently as well as tactically, just the confidence to step up and say stuff like that, I guess, at a young age?
From our team,
Yeah.
I would say Yogi has that ability, but it needs to be consistent. Stan was really good today in practice in that regard, and I think he's got to be a little more vocal that way. And coach puts those guys in positions sometimes where when we scrimmage or we're practicing, he may give them one of the teams and then they become the coach. And I think that's always great to teach them how to talk with each other and communicate, and it's give and take. And I think you've got to be somebody who can communicate well, but you also have to be somebody that can listen well. And I think when they listen to each other and they talk with each other, that's when we're at our best.
You've gotten solid minutes out of Johnny Marlin, if limited minutes. Just what do you expect out of him when he's on the floor?
Take care of the basketball, make open shots because he does have the ability to shoot the ball, and then he's got to do a terrific job defensively. And it would be what we call he's got to have great intent defensively, where he's got to keep some guys that might be quicker or stronger out of the lane and not getting in areas where they can score on him, and I think he's done a pretty good job of that in the short periods of time that he's played.
From a shot standpoint, how much of it is just getting him comfortable so that he's willing to pull the trigger?
Yeah, I think it's more a situation where when he catches that thing, he's got to be ready to shoot the ball, he's got to be looking at the rim, and I think at times he's been more of trying to distribute and handle the ball, and he's just got to get ready to shoot it because he is very capable.
Okay, I gotta take him out. We're getting on a plane. I'm gonna go get Johnny, and Austin will be play on demand day. So,
Thank you.